Alright, boys and girls, today we are going to go over that reading mock STAR test that you guys took yesterday. If you were at home, just try your very best to remember the answers that you selected. If you're here in the classroom, then you are going to, I'm going to give you your test back, and you will mark your answers in a different color. And as we go throughout this, we'll all just discuss why the answers are correct and why they aren't, why the wrong ones are incorrect. Starting with Chewing Gum Man. So I hope all of us used our strategies that we have been practicing, our Unreal strategies. We underline the title and predict. I am going to predict that this is an informational text about the man who created chewing gum. We number our paragraphs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 paragraphs to read, and then we read the questions, not the answer choices. Number 1, as it is used in paragraph 6, the word risks infers to. So we know that we need to pay close attention to the word risk in paragraph 6. Number 2, read the sentence from paragraph 2. The description in the sentence helps the reader understand that. The description is, in fact, it is difficult to imagine a world today without grocery store checkout counters lined with colorful packages of minty or fruit-flavored gum. Number 3, based on the author's description of Wrigley's career, the reader can infer that Wrigley. Number 4, the reader knows that this selection is a biography because it. Number 5, based on the selection, how does the author most likely feel about Wrigley? Number 6, which theme is best supported by details in this selection? And then we're going to go back up and read the selection. Now notice, they call it a selection, not a story, because this is nonfiction. Nonfiction is a selection because it's not made up. A story is something that is made up. Chewing Gum Man. Juicy, sticky, bubble, pop. For more than 100 years, chewing a tasty piece of gum has been a pleasure that most children and adults have enjoyed. In fact, it's difficult to imagine a world today without grocery store checkout counters lined with colorful packages of minty or fruit-flavored gum. Yet, if a young salesman named William Wrigley Jr. hadn't had such a clever idea to boost sales, gum might not be the popular treat it is today. Wrigley was born in 1862. His father was a soap maker from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wrigley's first job as a teenager was selling soap for his father. Wrigley discovered that he was a good salesperson. He could make people believe that a product was special and that it might make their lives better. In 1891, Wrigley moved to Chicago with the dream of starting his own business. He didn't start with gum, though. He decided to sell a product he knew a lot about, soap. To encourage people to buy his soap, Wrigley offered a gift. Each person who bought soap would get free baking powder. Soon people were asking for the baking powder more than the soap. So Wrigley switched to selling baking powder, and again he gave away a small gift with each purchase. This time he gave away gum. Wrigley's customers loved the gum and kept asking for it. So Wrigley decided to start his own gum business. Wrigley believed that good advertising would help make his business successful. He placed advertisements in newspapers. He also gave gifts such as clocks or fishing gear to store owners who ordered gum. The more gum they ordered, the bigger the gift would be. In addition, Wrigley asked store owners to display boxes of his gum next to their cash registers. This way, customers would see the gum when they paid for their items. Wrigley hoped that when customers saw the gum, they would decide to buy it. In 1907, business was bad for many companies across the nation. In order to continue selling his gum, Wrigley had to work extra hard, think creatively, and take some risks. He took out a large personal loan to pay for advertising. If this idea had not worked, he would have lost everything. Wrigley believed that the public would buy his gum if it was something they thought about often. He wanted people to hear about his gum, read about it, see it, and taste it. His motto for selling gum was, "Tell 'em quick and tell 'em often." Once Wrigley went so far to mail his gum to every listed address in the country. More than 1 million people got to try Wrigley's gum for free. Wrigley wanted people everywhere to continue thinking about his gum. When Wrigley died in 1932, his son Philip took over the company. Philip developed another plan to help achieve this goal. In 1939, the company began to advertise Wrigley's Doublemint gum using the Doublemint twins. It hoped that whenever people saw the advertisement with the smiling, happy twins, they would think about Doublemint gum and want some. And that meant Wrigley's company sold more than its fresh, minty gum. Throughout his career, Wrigley was a determined salesman. Because of his ideas, millions of people enjoy chewing gum. So let's go to the questions. Number 1. As it is used in paragraph 6, the word risk refers to, so the first thing that we need to do is go back to paragraph 6. And throughout this whole process that we're doing right now, we're going to be doing a lot of going back to look for text evidence because that is the most important thing that you need to do. So we're going to go back to paragraph 6, look for the word risks, and it says, in order to continue selling his gum, Wrigley had to work extra hard, think creatively, and take some risks. So the word risk refers to A, breaks in a routine. So a routine is something that you do over and over again. Say, for example, in the morning, you wake up for school, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, whatever your routine is. That's something that you follow pretty much daily. So is that what they were doing? They were trying to break that daily thing that they were used to doing? Probably. We'll put an M for maybe. But remember, we have to read all of our answer choices. B, suggestions from others. Again, it says, in order to continue selling his gum, Wrigley had to work extra hard, think creatively, and take some risks. Not really mentioning others, so B is not our answer. C, skills that are difficult to learn. Just because it's a risk doesn't necessarily mean it's difficult. So C is not our answer. D, actions that could lead to failure. If you're stepping out on a limb, as people say, and you're taking that risk, there's a chance that you won't succeed, which is why we call it a risk. So our answer here is D. Number 2, read this sentence from paragraph 2. In fact, it's difficult to imagine a world today without grocery store checkout counters lined with colorful packages of minty or fruit-flavored gum. The description in the sentence helps the reader understand that. So, description means that they are using some type of imagery to describe something. So, F, gum has become more expensive. This said nothing about price, so F is not our answer. G, gum is a common and popular product. Could be if every counter is lined with them. H, shoppers often forget to buy gum until the last minute. This has nothing to do with that. Or J, there are more flavors of gum than there used to be. We're not focusing on the flavors. We're focusing more on the fact that it's a common and popular product if it's in every checkout line. So our answer here is G. Number 3, based on the author's descriptions of Wrigley's career, the reader can infer that Wrigley, A, gave away more gum than he sold. So he gave away a lot of gum, but he definitely sold way more than he gave away. So A is not our answer. B, did not try to help the family business. That is not true. He helped his dad in his family business. C, rarely learned from his own experiences. That is not what the author described to us. C is not our answer. D, was not afraid to try new approaches, which means he wasn't afraid to try new things to try and get his business to succeed. So D is our answer here. Number 4. The reader knows that this selection is a biography because remember, a biography is a text about a person's life. It's written by someone else. So we know that this is a biography because F, it explains why so many people enjoy Wrigley's gum, chewing Wrigley's gum. We're not focusing on the other people. This biography is focusing on Wrigley and his life, so F is not our answer. G tells about the events in Wrigley's life that led to his success. Yes, that is true. Could be our answer, but we want to make sure we read all of our answer choices. So we'll put an M next to it for maybe. H tells why Wrigley decided to start selling chewing gum. That is not the purpose of the entire biography. So H is not our answer. And then we have J, explains Wrigley's belief that advertising was important. Again, that's not the purpose of our entire selection. J is not our answer. Our answer here is G. Number 5, based on the selection, how does the author most likely feel about Wrigley? A, the author admires Wrigley for his interesting ideas and hard work. That's exactly what happened in the story, so A could very well be our answer. We are going to put an M next to it for maybe, because again, we have to read all of our answer choices. B, the author is amazed that Wrigley's simple methods brought him success. Could be, but it doesn't sound as good as A, that he admires him. C, the author is bothered by the fact that Wrigley made so few gum flavors. That never happened in the story, or the selection. So C is not our answer. D, the author wishes Wrigley had used his talents on something other than gum. Again, that was never suggested in the selection. So D is not our answer. And out of A and B, A is the best answer choice that we could select. A is our answer. Number 6. Which theme is best supported by details in this selection? F, finding joy in personal work can lead to success. Could be. We'll put an M for maybe. G, working with others is the best way to solve a problem. It was more about Wrigley working on his own, not with others. G is not our answer. H, thinking creatively helps people achieve their goals. This is exactly what Wrigley did. He went outside of the box. He thought about how he can get more customers in a creative way. So H is the best sounding answer that we have so far. J, showing respect to the boss is an important part of any job. That had nothing to do with our selection. That is not our answer. H is the best answer choice that we have here. So notice how F sounded good, but if we didn't read the rest of our answer choices, we would have not gotten the correct answer. So again, please make sure you go through and read all of your answer choices before you select your answer. Again, the answer here is H. We are going to pause here before we read the next passage, and we are going to do a brain break.